other news, America about to have a whole lot more jobs.
Why you say that?
Because everybody finna move right out of China.
Going live.
You know that.
Does that equate to the same thing? I thought it'd be like overpopulated.
Oh, you talking about people in China? Them jobs
Can
coming
they move
back?
here?
Companies that Apple lost over.
Oh, you're saying I got
Apple has lost like $10 million.
You said moving out of America. You mean the companies are moving out of the countries?
Yes.
Not the people from China coming to here.
No.
Okay, that's what I was like.
We gotta make a Sean. Even though listen to the beat, dope. We gotta make some upbeat stories.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because this joint is like
So do you want
coronavirus
me
down. Feel down and out about the coronavirus.
Yeah, we gotta keep making different styles.
Hey Chris, buddy, how you want me to send you these beats so you can use
Just you can put you got the Dropbox. That's the best way probably to put it in the Dropbox.
What up, everybody?
Everybody, come on.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
So I'm just gonna send you emails.
We here.
Sleepy.
We in here.
We survived. We're in a bunker. Woo! We're in the bunker. The Trackstarz bunker that you guys been donating to.
Imagine if we really got stuck in here. Like they were like, "Hey, don't go outdoors now," and we were just like in here, like,
Well, my kids got some Oreos down the hall, man.
that's what you go inside to survive. He like,
somebody gonna be like, your kids did have Oreos.
dang, it's getting that bad. You gotta rob some kids their Oreos.
Give me your Oreos. Daddy, he took my Oreos.
Oh man.
All right, if you sequestered at home, tell everybody to tune
Yeah,
into
this
the Trackstarz.
is right. We should have a live.
Yeah, you ain't at work. You definitely.
Well, it's Saturday too, so.
Even still, if you worked at the convenience store on the
you're not at the mall
weekend,
right now.
you worked at the amusement park.
Are you at the mall right
No,
now?
I mean some places
I mean,
still
it's the
open.
same kind of crowd today.
Yeah, Costco open. All these stores are still open. They
I didn't
just
see
across.
all
I ain't
those
going to Costco. After I saw that video,
They fight?
yeah,
Yeah.
you saw the one where the guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was that Costco's or Sam's?
Are y'all ready?
Sam's.
Sam's.
Y'all ready?
What's up, greatness?
Start the recording.
It's pie day.
All right, yeah, we good.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3.
Hey, yo, cut the music. Hey, yo, I interrupt your daily scheduled broadcast to let you know you're in the field with the Trackstarz. This is one of the loudest hip-hop radio shows on the face of the planet.
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to start the show. Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the Trackstarz.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, for all things Trackstarz, go to Trackstarz with the Z.com. Follow us on Instagram at Trackstarz, Twitter at Trackstarz, and like the Facebook page, all right?
Yeah, man. So, okay. A lot has happened since last week. We talked about the coronavirus in here, and it was before a lot happened. It was before the NBA got pushed, NHL got pushed, MLB got pushed, MLS got pushed, the Masters got pushed. Coachella, South by, well, we knew South by Southwest.
The Stellars.
Stellars, 2020 Fest.
You said the Masters.
The
right?
Masters
Yeah.
got pushed. Players
Everything, man,
Championship got
everything.
pushed.
Church is gone.
NCCA.
Church is gone.
NCCA champion.
The body's still here,
March
Ryan.
Madness got
I know.
canceled. What else?
But
what
didn't
else?
we talked about this last
We
Saturday?
predicted. Oh, I mean, everybody knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? A lot of people didn't, because I saw people still posting stuff on Facebook saying, you know, this is about to go over. It's about to go away. You know, just get over it. Why are y'all panicking? Why are y'all da 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 da? And people were holding up like little signs and stuff saying like, you know, this is ridiculous. People are going to get water. People are going to get toilet tissue. All I can say is I got mine.
You're part of the problem, right?
Hey,
You
you
are
may
part
be
of
part
the
of the problem.
I
Listen,
say
I
nothing
was-
about
That's
toilet
that smells
paper.
like
Listen,
capitalism
I said
101.
Listen, I was talking.
food.
Listen, I was talking to Shantana on Monday night, and he was just like, "I'm at the grocery store," and I was like, "Oh yeah, what you doing?" He was like, "I'm stocking up," and I was like, "Tuesday morning, I was at the grocery store." The funny thing was, we were running low on toilet tissue, so
Okay.
when I saw the roll, the 60-some roll, I was just like, "Let me just go with that."
So now, if you don't have any toilet tissue,
It's Ryan.
But I
Go to
got 3
Ryan's
girls at
house.
home. I got 3 girls and a wife at home.
So okay,
So,
so
So
we could feel this coming last week. That's why we talked about it. The whole point of the topic last week was, what's the future going to hold if this keeps going? And it happened. I mean, it's getting worse. So I want to cover some things today just to clarify. We did have a guest scheduled. Pastor Tommy was supposed to be coming, but that got canceled because of the
Yeah.
coronavirus.
Yeah.
We actually canceled guests period for a while. We may not even be here in the future, next couple weeks, depending on how it goes. We're gonna try and set up a something from home where we could just do it at our own houses and just kind of connect it through Skype. So we're taking this seriously as well. I know for one, my wife didn't want me to be here today at all. So like this is starting to get serious, and churches are starting to cancel services on Sunday. Like this is real. This is real. I went back to the grocery store yesterday and no chicken, no toilet paper, no pasta.
wait a minute, why no chicken? No, I'm asking like what was
in a
the
black neighborhood.
Oh, okay. You're helping the stereotype.
I'm actually not even in the black neighborhood. No, but I don't know. Chicken just easy, I guess.
It's easy to freeze.
Oh, really?
Just freeze it
More
for
than
a
any
very
other
long
meat?
I
time.
mean, beef is easy to
I mean, you
freeze,
can, yeah, but people will freeze chicken for a very long time.
So that was the goal. I was going back in to just get some frozen stuff. When you have a baby, like this all becomes a little bit more serious because like I can't run out of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could survive, but I ain't putting my baby through that. So I got stuff that we could feed her for a while, and so just stuff like that. I don't know. It's getting real.
My
It's getting real.
job shut down for a month.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My job, I gotta go to work.
Yeah, my job didn't shut down either. So
They're gonna wait till the rapture happening, but okay, everybody go. Y'all can leave now.
You
we
get
don't
on
know
that
what
cloud
these
with
we don't
Christ.
know what these people disappeared to, so you guys can go. Like, come on, dude.
So this is getting serious, man. I think the death toll is up to 40 something. That was last
42
night, so
last
it could have
night.
been higher. Up to over 2,000 cases in the U.S. and there's no tests.
Yeah.
You can't you have to meet a very strict criteria to even get tested. So there's probably people, that have it that don't even know because not everybody has symptoms. So right now it's social distancing, eliminating unnecessary travel. Gatherings under 250 are okay, but over 250, trying to cancel those.
Yeah. Flights are really cheap. You can get.
Unimportant right now.
I know what I'm saying, but people, it's just crazy that I
You're not helping, Ryan.
No. I'm saying like flights are really cheap. I'm just talking about all the different things that I've been seeing. It's just crazy. I see that a lot of people are so they are starting to drive through testing.
Not
Right, they're
here.
setting those up. No, not here. They're
It's in New
trying
York
to.
and I think in Washington.
They're
Well, 'cause
trying
one
to.
in New
They're
York-
getting ready
yeah.
to take the limitations off all state legislation that or regulations. So hopefully that will be a way for people to start getting what they need.
So I think what's interesting about all this is what it took to get everybody serious, leadership-wise, was the stock market. That joint dropped like a rock, and I think that's when everybody was like, "Oh crap! I guess we got to take this serious." I think it was more money that got everybody in action than it was the actual
deaths.
virus. Yeah. It's unfortunate,
Sad.
but that's true. It did rebound recently, so we'll see how that goes. But I think everybody was afraid that the stock market was going to fall out. We triggered two safety, whatever they call it, where it drops too low too fast.
They
They
gotta cut it.
stop it. Yeah. So we had hit that twice this week. So I think that's what really got everybody like, oh, okay, we gotta
But
do better.
I didn't realize that. And this is a stock market thing. I mean, like I think I was watching the news and they were saying like when people go to Disney, when people go to these different things, or people go to the movies, or they purchase certain things, certain products, that's how the stock market rises. And I didn't like know like because I'm really not on the stock market. Like, I know certain things about it, but I don't know everything. But when she started talking about taking trips and like helping people, that's how the economy raises and stuff like that.
Okay, so basically, stocks are just you're investing in a company, and if that company's industry is suffering, the price of the stock is going to drop because people are going to sell it off, right? Yeah. If the stock is in high demand because the industry is doing well, people are going to be like, I want to get in on that, and then they'll buy it up. So industries that are probably going to suffer are the airline industry, cruise industry, a lot of in-person like retail. Those industries are going to suffer, and their stocks may suffer as well because people are. It's you're gambling, right? Like I'm gonna put some money in this one because I think that the tech industry is going to do well. A lot of people are moving their stuff to more long-lasting stuff like gold and bonds and stuff. So all that stuff is financials are involved in this. This is most people that have the power are more interested in what's happening with the money than they are with the deaths. My personal opinion.
So for people to say what you're just saying, so if somebody put investing in Walmart, would they be doing great, or is that something where they like?
I don't know if it's gonna, because I mean, you could think that, but then everybody got like a buttload of toilet paper, and then they won't go buy none after that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't put too much faith in that. Like staples like toilet paper, and that's always gonna be steady. I wouldn't react too much to people buying it up because it's not like you're not gonna buy more once you have it a lot. Like you're just stocking up for the future. So I do think so. What really tipped this off, right? Because everybody was in like wait and see mode. But then Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz got tested positive. And it was hard. It was weird seeing him because 2 days before he knew he had it, he didn't take it seriously. He was touching the reporters' mics. He was touching people in the locker room, playing around with the ones that were afraid. He was like hazing them almost. And then he finds out he has it. And then he finds out his teammate has it. And then it's like, okay. So they shut down the NBA. Then the pressure next was on NCAA, because they said they were gonna do it anyway without a crowd. Everybody was grilling them like, you gotta stop this, so people were playing while they, and then it was like, all right, okay, finally we'll stop. It's like, okay, all right. So that's kind of what started the cascade was NBA, NCAA, NHL, MLB, and then it just boom 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 from there.
For me, I think when I first started looking at the news and saying, oh, this could turn into something like was when Harvard and Yale shut down, right? When they said, we don't want you coming back after spring break and we're going to not pick up classes again until September, I was just like, oh, that's really drastic. Why are they going, 3-4 months out? Why are they going so far out? And that's when I was just like, okay, so these schools are sending students home and they're telling them to go do virtual learning for the rest of the semester. That was the first indication that I had that other people might follow suit and shut things down for long periods of time. So then I think it was a couple of the schools closed in Seattle, and we were like, okay, that makes sense. You got the biggest outbreak. But then when Fulton County had an outbreak and was 20 minutes away from where I live, 20 minutes away from where Jeremiah lives, we were like, okay, this is here now. And now we got to deal with it, right? And the first death is in my city. My first death in Georgia was right in my city.
In Kennesaw? Oh, wow.
So like and then there was a teacher in one of the daycares in the city in Ackworth, right above Kennesaw. They were one of the first people in daycare like world, which matters to me. So and my daughter hasn't been back to daycare since Thursday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday. So like this is starting to come home, and I think what's scary about it is that they basically believe that a lot of people are going to get it eventually. The problem is how quickly are they going to get it? In Italy, the issue is that a lot of people got it fast, and they have an older population, and if a lot of people get it too quick, it's going to stress the hospitals. So it's not like they're saying that we're trying to stop people from getting it. They're trying to say, let's stop people from getting it too fast. If you look at the curve of what they're trying to do, they're trying to flatten that curve you keep hearing. It's the same amount of people. It's just, it'll take longer. So I don't know exactly when this is going to end, because which one of these leagues, which one of these events is going to be the first one to say, all right, we back? There's going to be a lot of pressure on them. Like, why are you coming back now? Who's going to be the first to come back? That's the question.
Tennis.
I don't know. I don't know when the next thing is.
Well, you know,
but-
I think I don't think we've really heard a statement from the NFL yet, right? And the NFL has
they
got
have
some
to
time.
draft.
Yeah,
They have to draft soon.
They have to
now.
draft soon.
So they have to decide.
I heard they're gonna
They
do
can do
a
the draft
fantasy
online,
type
though,
draft.
right?
Yeah.
They should. They
they can do the
should.
draft online.
Like a fantasy draft.
That'd be dope.
But you know, I think I'm not to cut you off,
you
but
good.
I think the thing is, in the long scheme of things, I think if we're going from that to God, like I think God is showing us that we rely on too much stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like when you really take a look back on it and you come from a spiritual perspective, it's like we rely on technology. We rely on watching television. We rely on different things that at the same time it's like we didn't know we relied on, but we still feel like, hey man, we need to have fantasy. I need to get my fantasy points. Now it's like you don't have no fantasy points. You know what I mean? Like or you don't have
Crazy.
or you don't have certain things that you're so used to that it's like, God, what I'm gonna do? And it's like first off, what are you trusting in this other stuff? But then also it's like, God, like show me what to do in this time. You know what I'm saying? How can I get closer to my family? Honestly, because you're gonna be for something like you said, you're off from work. So and I'm sure your girls, you and your girls and your wife is gonna be at home most majority of the time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now it's like, God, what do I do in this time with my family? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be in there. I mean, besides the people who got to go to work, if you don't have to go to work, if your job is shut down, then it's
Yeah.
like you're in there with your family.
Yeah, my kids are off for at least 2 weeks, and my daughter has virtual learning.
Yeah.
Right. So they send home this packet and hour by hour what she has to do, and I had to go in there and negotiate with the teacher because if I'm working from home, my wife is working from home, my daughter's sick, she
Yeah.
can't just be on the computer by herself. So they were just saying, you know, you can do stuff late at night, you can do it on the weekend. So we're starting tomorrow with her first week of work, and we're gonna just try to knock out as much as we can because my church is closed. This church is closed. You know, our studio is closed. So,
Yeah.
and that's interesting too because I really hope that people replace their Sunday morning worship with devotion. Right. This
Yeah.
morning I got up and I just got into my word and I got into devotions online, and I really hope that that continues to go forward because a lot of us still are not prepared for what's happening and what's coming up. You know, I was just kind of sitting there looking at things like, okay, there's going to be a lot going on in the next couple of weeks where financially people are going to be hurting. Financially,
That's right.
things are going to be up and down all across the country, and the sensitivity that we have to have toward those people is real. You know, there's already a basketball player that's vowed to help with the stadium costs of the people that got laid off.
Which his
So-
owners should be doing.
They
deep
should.
down.
They should be.
Yeah.
So
They should be.
you're right. This is an opportunity to show the love of God from a distance.
yeah, from a
Because
bank
it's hard.
account.
Because when you think of that, when you think
Get some
of
food.
when you think of showing the love of God, you imagine, actually going and talking to people,
Yeah.
feeding the hungry, da da da. But this is a time where it's interesting because doing that is actually dangerous. So
yeah.
how can you creatively use the internet to bless people? So I don't know. Like what's interesting the most to me about this whole thing is, like you said, we rely on a lot of things. That's spiritual, but even just physically, like I watched Jimmy Fallon. Like my wife watches that all the time, and they tried to do their show without an audience.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Really?
Steph Myers
It
did good
was
without an audience.
Terrible.
They didn't have no laugh tracks of his jokes. or
No,
anything?
it was terrible, and you just realize, oh, this is not that funny without.
Yeah, it was people
laughing.
laughing.
They
Yeah.
didn't have,
Like-
they pre-record that show. That's not live. So
Yeah.
it's like why didn't you add a laugh track to that?
I thought about that, but I think I guess they were
That
trying to make a
wouldn't have
point.
worked. That wouldn't have worked.
It would have helped.
Yeah,
it
'cause
would have
It
helped.
could have helped, but it would have been real cheesy.
Of course, they shouldn't have just done the
But
show.
okay,
period.
okay. So
Well,
I
they
think
did. They canceled.
for some shows you have enough laughing that their audio department could have took the laughing
Yeah,
from
but
that actual show.
but you would have known.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the point is that here, like the fact that there's so many elements of what you do on a daily basis
That's true.
that you don't realize how important crowds are. Like
Yeah.
I didn't realize, like, oh, who cares if there's not a crowd at a game? It matters.
Screech, screech, screech.
Like the stuff is not
Speakers.
exciting without the
Yeah.
feedback. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And it's hard to. I don't know
for
what that is. I mean, we need to study that. But why do
Yeah.
you need other people's reactions
Well,
to feel good about something?
Well, I think your energy and somebody else's energy helps. So like prime example, let's say you watching a basketball game and your team is down by 5, and the crowd start getting into it. So that's like you building. Like, oh, wow.
It's group thought, right?
Yeah.
It's group thought. So it even happens in church, right? Like if somebody stands up and starts clapping, then you feel like you got to do it, and eventually everybody does it.
Yeah.
It's like group thought, right? Yeah. So it's interesting to see what it looks like without the group thought.
Yeah.
What is your is this funny or not? Then you really have to think about it. It's not. It's not funny. So it's like, man, if I didn't have this crowd laugh, because sometimes you're laughing at the laughs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's just an interesting thought experiment is happening, watching all these shows try to contort to what's happening.
Real quick, I mean, we have people on a live chat saying different things.
Yeah.
And somebody keeps saying revelations. I don't think this is revelation. I think this is more Joseph. You know how the plagues of Joseph when he's like, now you. I mean, it could be. I'm not saying I'm right or nothing, but I feel like it's something where it's like preparing for, storing up for whatever's to come. You know what I mean?
Question: if this is the new normal, how are you adapting to it, or
What does that
adjusting?
mean? Normal for how long? Normal period?
Normal period.
Like first of all, that you would have to explain how that would happen, but if we had to live like this we couldn't. Like
meaning that the next time you go get groceries, it's that mark of the beast that you're having to deal with. Like, you seriously?
I don't think the mark of the beast is going to be what we think it is. Because right now we already got chips. Y'all know we got chips already. Not in your body, but you got chips that people can say.
And chips is just somebody's theorizing what would happen, because that's not what it says. It says there's an actual mark. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to picture what you're saying. So are you saying the end times or just this virus is going to last forever?
What if they came on in the next couple of weeks and they said, listen, we had too many people flooding the market for groceries, right? We're going to ration it off now. People are going to start going to the store based on their last name or their zip code, and whatever store you live in is the only store you can attend, right?
Yeah.
And then you get in the line, and then they say, hey, we got 25 loaves of bread left, and it's 60 of y'all in line, right?
That's when Jesus come with that miracle.
But what are you describing? Are you trying to describe
I'm just describing horror.
Are you trying to describe the end times, or are you just trying to describe this getting really bad?
I'm just describing horror, this getting really bad.
Okay, if it gets really bad. And it just but you're saying indefinitely.
I mean, how do you come back from that?
You mean, how do you come back? The virus goes away and you go
No,
back outside?
I know that. But I'm saying, what if some of the things are happening in our government right now, right? That are pushing us toward that area.
Well, here's the real
I don't
question.
understand
How
what you're
much is this the media making it bigger than it really 100% it is?
So, fear-wise, the media has a lot to do with that, but it's not like they're wrong.
No, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying, like, how much is it that a person could be like, you know, constantly 24-hour care, like, yo, this, versus like...
The media is the reason why there's no toilet paper.
Yeah.
But it's not the reason why people are not going to events.
No, I get that. No, but what I'm saying is, how much is it like to a point where it's like, I remember in the 80s, I use that for example, and they talk about the crack epidemic. It was like, they talked about that all the time. So it's like in your face. But then when you realize it, it's like, wow, okay, this is not as bad as they're saying it really is. That's what I'm asking. I mean, anybody dying is bad, but I'm just saying, in essence, basically on statistics, they're saying like it's not as bad when you read. It's not as bad as we think it is.
So not to be insensitive, but the crack epidemic, I could choose not to put that in my.
No, I get it, but I'm using that as what the media did with it at that time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, you still this can show up at your doorstep at any point.
Yeah, I get it.
So
I'm not
I think
saying
the media is right to make us aware that this is happening at a fast rate.
Here's the deal: is that there's nothing else to talk about. I mean, there's no sports,
true.
there's no TV shows. Most of the crowd late night shows are literally. If you turn on ESPN, there is nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening. Yeah. So the media follows what's going on. Like if this is the only thing there is to talk about. Yeah. Now, we're gonna talk about some other stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk about this all day. But I mean, this is like the biggest. This is taking over.
Yeah. Of course.
So media wise, that's why there's no toilet paper. That's why there's no chicken. But there is stuff going on. Like I remember when people weren't taking it seriously at all.
Yeah.
If you go to the actual global map, It's getting worse. It's not getting
Yeah,
better, you know.
yeah.
So you have to be prepared for that. And the problem with being here is we don't even know who got it.
Yeah.
The other places they got tons of tests. We don't got the test. So we're just guessing. You have to wait till somebody actually gets really sick to find out if they get it. So you do have to be careful. You do have to kind of follow. It sounds silly, you know, the whole elbow dapping and keeping away and not going to stuff. But even if it doesn't, let's just clear this up right now, just in case you're confused. This is not that something's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
It's that you may carry it to somebody that it can happen to. Like I got a parent over the age of 60. I got a grandma.
Yeah.
It's not that it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
It's that if you pass it to somebody else and they pass it to somebody else and then it hits the old person, that's what we're trying to avoid. The people who are vulnerable, spreading it all around so that they don't get hurt.
That's right.
So I know a lot of people are saying things like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just this. It's just that. You know, babies don't even. Yeah, that's true. But we're trying to stop the spread so that the people who it matters to don't get it all at once.
But how can you stop something where, one, it could possibly be airborne, and then two, if
It's
somebody
airborne from your mouth.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if somebody's carrying it and they don't know they're carrying it, and you're just commonly talking to somebody, and let's say it's in that person, but it's not as strong in that person versus you and somebody else or whatever, like, we just don't know. Like, you know what I mean? So I think what you're saying about the whole testing piece is real. Like, like until we get tested, nobody knows anything.
The point is you're trying to limit contact, right? If you have a big box with a bunch of dots in it, if you remove a lot of the dots, it's going to be harder for it to move around as easy as it would if the dots are full, right? So the dots are the people, right? If you remove people out of the workforce, out of crowds, out of whatever, it can still spread, but not as easily. We're trying to make it not so easy to spread. Because if everybody was still doing the normal stuff every day, it'll just run through it like easy. You know?
Is the idea to test hundreds of millions of Americans, or is the idea to test anyone symptomatic?
It doesn't. You can have it and not have symptoms. So ideally, in perfect world, everybody could get tested, find out who has it, sequester them off, wait till it goes away, then bring everybody back out. That's perfect world. But you can't do that. So the idea is, even if you don't have any symptoms, try to limit your contact. You know what I mean? Even if you have to be around people, stay a distance. Elbow daps, all that kind of stuff.
Go back to the old head nod.
It may not work, but it's better than not caring at all. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for you, again, it's for your neighbor. Do this for your neighbor. You know, that's what
I don't mind staying home. If my job said, hey, we give y'all some weeks home, I'm good. I'll be at the crib.
Are you salary?
No, that's the problem. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
So the challenge is, as Christians, you have to balance being wise, which is, you know, helping your neighbor by not spreading this crap around, but also not being fearful. Like, that's the whole mystery of the Bible. How can he be just and merciful? How can you like, you're always juggling two things, right? This is another one. Be wise without fear.
Yeah.
Wise without fear.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, the fear part about it is because when people are fearful, they always gonna let you know about something going on. Like, I love my mom dearly, but she always sends us stuff that's like, you know, this is happening. I'm like, I don't want to know about that. You know what I mean? Because then that's another doubt in your head or another fearful thing. And I think that's what people got to understand. Spreading false news or spreading news sometimes can bring people fear.
Yeah.
So you got to be positive about this situation too.
Yeah. The fake news and
hearsay,
all that kind of stuff is worse than it spreads faster than viruses, you know? So you got to really be careful. The only news that matters is be careful, don't fear. If you find yourself fearing, you have to adjust. If you find yourself being careless, you have to adjust. Yeah. Don't over adjust.
Yeah.
Just adjust and do better. That's it.
Yep.
So I know if anybody's actually scared, let us know. Like, I mean, because I know people already had anxiety before this started, and this makes it worse when it's like it feels like the world is coming to an end. It's not happening. And as a Christian, the world ending is not your fear anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You have peace, like, right?
Real,
if you really believe in God, none of this should alarm you, right? Now, if you don't know Jesus and you haven't accepted him, I understand the fear, but there's a solution to the fear, right? There's a God who's in control of all of this. He's not out of control when any of this stuff happens. You have to communicate with him.
Yeah.
You need to give your life to him. That's the only way to avoid the fear. I'm not afraid at all about this, but also I'm not being dumb because this matters to people.
Yeah,
You have to be wise, right?
Right.
So that's where I want everybody to get. If you're afraid of the world coming to an end, connect with Jesus. You shouldn't be afraid.
Yeah.
You know, if you're afraid, then there's something wrong, because we have no fear. We won. This he has the victory. So there's no fear. But you shouldn't be careless, because other people matter. Love your neighbor. Like, be careful, you know. Anyway, let's get back into it. You want to feel with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Hey guys, this is Miracle from Trackstarz. I wanted to make sure you all know all about the official Trackstarz universe. If you'd like a free Trackstarz t-shirt, free merch, discounts, exclusive content, and direct access to your favorite radio hosts, then this is for you. Make sure to check out trackstarz.com/official. Again, that's trackstarz.com/official.
Hey, it's your girls Misa and Mia from M&M Live Radio. Attention all aspiring podcasters. Join us on March 28th for our podcasting masterclass, where we'll teach you everything you need to know about how to start and maintain a successful podcast. You'll learn about content creation, branding, sound equipment, and so much more. Yes, so go to our website, misaandmia.com, right now to buy your tickets. So if you're serious and ready to invest in yourself, meet us at 2302 Park Lake Drive in Atlanta, Georgia for our podcasting masterclass on March 28th at 10 a.m.
Let's go get a problem. Let's go get a problem.
520 Collective, where music meets ministry and the indie artist takes center stage.
Take a ride through my old town, old me, old Sean. Might need boats, cry oceans. Here float down my old child fear. So broke, no hope round here. Been trying to cope since like 01. Better slow down for your cosign, you might ocean.
Yes, we fight fair with faith, so we're all fearless and brave. We're not scared of all your threats, we will not run, we're here to stay. We fight lies with truth, cause Bible's tried and true.
How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling?
The devil fights tooth and nail, but it again truth prevail, so you can tell him you have been doomed to fail. You choose to refute truth and tell. You too do what you do, rebel. But you lose cause it's who knew you well. Loose screw like I'm cool, I yell. Shoot fool, he rebukes you to hell. You know, you ain't gotta stay down there.
Yeah, so I forgot to talk about this. The 2020 Fest. The 2020 Fest has been canceled or pushed back to next year. You can say it because you're not. It's been pushed back to next year, but the contest that we're running is still viable. It still counts. So keep your votes coming in. We're still going to send 2 artists to the 2020 Fest, the 2021 Fest. So just keep that in mind. It still counts.
Everybody tracks. She has like some sing songs. At least one or two. Like I think her to rap. I know she can rap. Like I really want her to. I want people to be like, oh, this is.
You're like, I want her to sing more. I want her to rap.
No, because I think because we're R&B. No, because your generation like singing a lot of it.
This generation just wants you to spit.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And I ain't even talking about spit. I'm just talking about her just like how she got songs out, like No Cap, and other songs. She has some other songs where she's rapping, and I'm like, I want people to hear her like, yo, this.
That's all she has out besides the one song where she sings. That song is bomb. Yeah, I want to make more songs like that and bounce it out. Like she obviously has that.
But I think the thing is, you don't want people to box her in to be that one situation when it's like, no, she can't rap,
but she can rap. She's gonna have some songs. She's gonna most of the album probably will rap.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I hope she does like 1 or 2 songs where she's singing. I mean, it's obvious that that's what she prefers to do.
Yeah.
She raps on more tracks than me.
But she still have her flavor to her too. So.
I think that's what she.
Yo, what up? It's Bizzle, and you are now in the field with the Trackstarz.
This is a Trackstarz
Exclusive. Yeah.
She tough too. Young lady named Reese Lachey. Reese Lachey. She's what?
We gon' get the bag, run it up. Please do not be mad, give it up. All these blessings on me, it ain't luck. I got all these blessings on me, it ain't luck. Why these labels calling, trying to get me in my feelings? I ain't messy, plus this tea is good, so I can't spill it. They say I look like my mama, but I bet the different. I didn't glowed up on the low to know my daddy. She do things you ain't knew I do to keep it on the low. I go 2 by 2 by 2, he died up on that 2 by 4. What's the use of an excuse and we ain't cool, then let me know. I'm defeated like the ruler, I've been moving way before. Yeah, ain't no way I won't be great, my daddy told me so. Y'all be tripping, tie them laces in them OVOs. You got all that bread, but why is you ain't got no manners though? Get it bread, man, a country grandma, I'm gon' let it go. You can't stop me, who gon' pop me up like rockets? How who stop me? They met Libra, who stop me? Play back, peep that, who not cool, and we just moving on the low. Got a lot to do, then if you cool, then you could go. We gon' get the bag, run it up. Please do not be mad, give it up. All these blessings on me, it ain't luck. I got all these blessings on me, it ain't luck. Don't get too offended if you sneezing, I don't bless you. Watch it really mind my business, so forgive me for my mental. I really be in the kitchen, they get mad, I leave the dishes, but I'm pinning out my life, so when he come, he don't forgive me. When I pop up, I'ma ask a lot of questions like I'm Blizzard. You take too long, go stop me, I'ma never forget it. I just wanna get real big and just so they could call me Willie, but not really. I just said that cause I know somebody feel me, but I really wanna honor God and lift him to the ceiling. But that other line sound better to you when it Christian. I'm just kidding, I don't judge, and if you got it, it ain't tricking, it ain't tricking. If you got it, if you are, then keep it quiet. When it pop back up the bite, you don't forget what's in the Bible. Lately I've been killing beats and fruity pebbles, Michael Myers. Everybody cool and we
Yeah, Ray. Yeah, we definitely want to try and do today, but we are looking. I mean, let's just simple be real. Like, there's no reason why this is not going to get worse. We need to be prepared to do this.
There's Pie Days. I'm gonna see what she did. Like, yeah. I want some like grandma to be making. Like I need somebody who's a professional to be.
It's time for the entertainment report with Jeremiah.
The Entertainment Report is sponsored by the MTMV Sports Podcast Network. Subscribe and listen to some of the most exhilarating, educating, engaging, and informing sports podcasts around. Follow MTMV Sports on Twitter, Instagram at MTMV Sports today. All right, man, it's time for the Entertainment Report time.
Just pre-record that.
But it came off good.
Yeah,
it did.
All right, so here we go, man. We're going to get this thing going. All right, man. Of course, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. 2020 Summer Fest postponed to June 2021. Of course, a lot of stuff has been shutting down. Of course, we talked about Coachella, South by Southwest, but as we're sad to tell everyone that 2020 Summer Fest has been postponed to next year, June 2021. All the tickets for this event will be honored at the 2021 dates. If you can't make the June 2021, you can contact tickets at 2020summerfest.com for your money refund. So, yeah, man. Also, the coronavirus has also affected some tours. Derek Minor and Culture Villains has shut down their tour for the time being.
Yeah.
For it as well, man. So,
and the Stellars.
Yeah, Stellars.
We were
as
supposed
well.
to be at the Stellars what, next week, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
So that got pushed back. I was supposed to go to the Masters with my wife. That got pushed. Yeah, it got pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Literally everything we were supposed to do
Got
in the next
pushed
couple
back.
weeks got canceled or pushed. So,
man.
I'm grateful that these outlets decided to cancel because it was putting stress on us to be like, my wife didn't want me to go on a plane to Vegas.
Yeah,
same here.
So I'm grateful that they pushed it because it took pressure off of, and honestly, a lot of artists were probably going to pull out of those things anyway. They had to. So yeah, I'm grateful that a lot of these things canceled. It helps me out a lot.
Yeah.
But also pray for the artists because a lot of artists make this how they make money, man. Touring.
Yes, sure. Yes. So think. Just know, CHH, we know that this is highly stressful for you, especially because churches are shutting down. We are brainstorming ways to help. So we're actively having conversations like, what can we do to help artists during this time? So we're still thinking through some ideas. If you have ideas on how to help artists, we try to do it every day anyway, but now this is really serious now. So a lot of artists are going to be really tight. Like, you live off the road, especially in Christian hip hop. Yeah. So just pray for everybody and buy their stuff. People don't really make money off of music, so let's help them make money off of music. Stream,
merch, buy their merch.
Go to their online store. If you don't have if you're an artist that doesn't have an online store, hit us up. We can help you with that too. You got to get online. Like what this shows, you got to have an online version of yourself because when stuff like this happens, and it was already declining, like crowd participation stuff was already going down. This just shows you have to be online. You have to. You got to figure it out online.
All right, man. Gavi hopes to ruffle feathers with Heathen. Gavi announced the release of his upcoming album Heathen last week and said he's hoping to shake things up for people who don't know the meaning of the word. Heathen will be released April 10th. It will be his sophomore project. Once again, Gavi is aiming to push this. He said, Heathen is the album I feel most confident and true to myself, especially with all the confusion going on in the world. With this record, I wanted to say, hey, world, I've been labeled as a heathen, not because I'm a sinner or a bad person, but because I went against the Christian culture mold. So, yeah.
Yeah, we know so much about this album I wish I could tell you about, but, like, I'm excited. Gavi's, and I'll wait till he announces it or whatever, but Gavi's doing something on this album specifically that I've been dreaming of doing for a long time.
Really?
So that's all I'll say. But he's
I gotta
doing
know,
something,
man.
He's doing something on this album
to those secret reach meetings
that I haven't heard anybody else do. Yeah. But I have been dreaming of doing it for a long time. So that's all I'll say.
I think I know what it is.
Go check it out.
Okay. All right, man. Cop It section this week. First off, Prophet Josiah said he has a single. Go pre-order his single. I got Jason Bordeaux in my head single. Pre-order that joint, man. Yeah. All right, man. We got a various artists, but it's called Out the Furnace. It's 5. It's Plain James. It's a lot of people in this joint, man. It's a project, like an EP, and they're doing a wonderful job. So go pick that joint up. DJ Cat in Time, Errol Allen, Trapped in Gonzalez EP, Show Baraka, Their Eyes Were Watching single, Dayton We Fight single, J-Way On The Rise single, our guy Zay Hill, Ball Forever single, and if you want some nice R&B type vibe, Phil J Cinderella single. Go pick them joints up. And Ryan, what's good, my sir?
Man, I'm going to go ahead and shout out the artists that are in the lead right now. If you are still trying to perform at the 2021 Summerfest now, here are the top leaders. The top leaders, and I'm not going to go in any particular order, right? Lex Divine, Mike Sarge, Lamar Riddick, Highlight Reel, Reese Lachey. And what's interesting about two of our candidates, they are tied for third place, which means that I get to announce another name that's closely in the runnings, and that's Chris Noel. So shout out to all the artists, Highlight Reel, Reese Lachey, Chris Noel, Mike Sarge, Lamar Riddick. We still got some time left. We got to the 22nd, and then I think we're going to announce on the 23rd, so it's going to be, got another week.
Real quick, I'm telling y'all this, the people that he's naming, I see them constantly on social media pushing. So if you're still in this and you like, hey man, I'm gonna get votes, you got to push this thing because these artists are pushing. They working hard, man. I'm seeing a lot on social media. I retweet stuff sometimes if I see it and stuff like that. But these people are working hard to get votes for it. So if you're in that list, if your name is on this list and you're not as doing that, you got to do that. You got to push on social media.
And there was some confusion. It's one person, one vote. Okay, one person, one vote.
So make those multiple email accounts.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. We're at the end of this. We're gonna go through. I could tell if you're doing more than one. So I'm gonna filter out all the duplicates anyway. So one person, one vote. Just so you know. So maybe some people may rise unexpectedly after I do that. So just keep that in mind.
Dang, Sean. All right, man. Well, go ahead, Ryan. I mean,
No, that was it. That was
Okay.
it. That was it. Yeah.
So since you're home, you could Netflix and chill if you want. Not some of y'all can't. But why don't you just relax and render? Go to render.tv.
That's dope.
And
Shirt.
sign up for Render.
That's a shirt. Relax and render.
Go sign up for Render because honestly, we're trying to build this thing up. The content is limited now, but if you support, we can get more, right? So support Render, sign up, tell your friends about Render. We're trying to get this thing going. We have some really big plans for it, so you definitely at least need to be signed up so that we can show people, hey, people are interested in this. They want godly content in this form. So go sign up, support Render. All right, let's go. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.
Hey, it's your girls Misa and Mia from M&M Live Radio. Attention all aspiring podcasters. Join us on March 28th for our podcasting masterclass where we'll teach you everything you need to know about how to start and maintain a successful podcast. You'll learn about content creation, branding, sound equipment, and so much more. Yes, so go to our website, misaandmia.com right now to buy your ticket. So if you're serious and ready to invest in yourself, meet us at 2302 Park Lake Drive in Atlanta, Georgia for our podcasting masterclass on March 28th at 10 a.m.
This is that.
What's going on? This is Sean Tanner with the Trackstarz, letting you know about our awesome new Spotify playlist called Milk. Subscribe to the Milk playlist today to get the best in Christian hip hop with artists like Derek Minor, Lecrae, Gavi, No Big Deal, Zonti, What Up RG, Ruslan, Cannon, Tori Deshawn, and much more. Trust me, you need this playlist in your life. Milk is updated weekly, so make sure you subscribe today.
Hello, America, please stop with the eulogies. I wrote my own narrative, you don't know what to do with me. I was once broken, now I'm a working collage. I'm the thief on the cross, I'm still hanging with God. My savior walked on water, my ancestors can fly. My skin, it doesn't crack, my art travels through time. Jesus slept in the grave, but he rose feeling fine, cuz wake up. I'm Palace Roman, I'm Moses in most of my moments. It's hard to find yourself in the land of your opponents. Your brothers might trip you, so keep your feet stable. A boy walking with canes, everybody ain't able. I catalog my losses, but I'm walking in victory. I see what you love by where you're putting your energy. What's your identity apart from white supremacy? Do you love yourself or do you just envy your enemy? Let me suggest, I am far from oppressed. I am nobody's inferior. Joy is in my interior. Liberation and spirit love. I see life in the mirror, cuz
their eyes were watching.
See for ourselves. See for ourselves. That clock is ticking. We don't listen. See for ourselves. When you live in the valley, every hill looks steep. When you scared to walk on water, everything looks deep. I've been broken to pieces, but I still got peace. I got 99 problems and one lost sheep. It takes some dark hours for cowards to feel empowered. My clock was at Tuskegee, your clock probably was Howard. Your eyes on the time, you woke ready to speak up. But with so many problems, you're exhausted trying to keep up. I hit my knees and I prayed to the Jesus of Norway. I said, I'm all yours, please, Lord, have your way. He said that Jesus of Sudan would better understand, but my man looks so poor, he can't pay for my sins. But he looks like my kin, I grinned, I'm black as heaven. I'm made in God's image, nobody can change my settings. Hey man, got off my knees and put an end to my search. It's easy to sell your soul when you don't know what it's worth. You can dance in your depression, you're rich in a recession. You belong here, your name is on the guest list. I've been feeling restless, me and God been wrestling. We turning pain into blessings, learning life from the lessons. I have a few answers, but a whole lot of questions. What's life in the chaos? I'm taking suggestions.
Alright, here we go.
What up, it's your boy Jafire Life, Philly Brethren, and you in the field with the Trackstarz. You know what time it is.
Yeah, back in the field with the Track Stars. Ryan Wright to Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah was good.
All right, make sure that you are going out to nectardistro.com and you are signing up for Nectar. Gonna be some great things coming for Nectar really, really soon. So make sure you go sign up. All right.
Yes. Okay, so just to change the subject a little bit, some other big news that happened this week was Jay Electronica. If y'all don't know who Jay Electronica is, he is somebody. This is all you really need to know. He's a rapper. He got signed to Jay-Z's label 10 years ago and hasn't put out an album since. And people have been waiting for this album for a long time. I mean, he's been a part of some features. He was on the Control track with Big Sean, that big one. But he finally put out an album. And what's interesting about it is Jay-Z's all over it.
He is. He's on every song.
It's like Watch the Throne, too.
Exactly. So what's interesting to me and why I'm bringing it up is this is basically, I don't want to be sensitive here. This is Muslim rap, right?
It is.
Why isn't it called out that way when we're called out and treated like, oh, that's just Christian rap?
Yeah.
Why is it embraced so much more than what we do?
You know what? I think the funny part about this whole situation is I always have conversations in my head about certain things. And I thought about this, and I asked this recently, thinking about it myself. I was like, the Nation of Islam towards hip-hop has always been receiving.
Embracive.
It's never like, brother, you got to change. It's like, it's almost like seeker-sensitive Christianity. Whereas what I mean by that is like, you're around me. Hopefully, we're praying that you change, and hopefully we're with you, but we're with you first versus trying to witness to you.
You think that's what the Nation does?
No, I'm just saying that how they embrace hip hop artists. That's what I've seen with hip hop artists.
But you think that Christian hip hop is treated badly because the church doesn't embrace hip hop?
No, I think what it is that sometimes it's like we got to clean you up first before I can see you right next to each other. Sometimes
I don't even think they know what the church thinks about hip hop. I don't think they care. I think they just personally, internally. A lot of people grew up in the Christian faith, and they've somehow, some way gone away from it for a reason. And any reminders of it makes them cringe. I think that's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why. And the reason why Muslim Nation of Islam is still accepted is because it's very pro-black. So when you listen to it, you don't necessarily hear the religion part of it. You hear the pro-black part of it.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Because of Minister Farrakhan. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I kept hearing.
And I think that's why it's embraced more, because that's how Nation of Islam got so big, was because it was so pro-black.
Yeah.
So I think that's the answer to the question, but it's just so interesting that he can make this album with all this Arabic all over it, and it's like, it's accepted as hip-hop, and we're not.
Well, I think the thing is also, too, is, like you said, pro-blackness. So with the mindset of the scripture talking about we're in a time where people their ears are itching for whatever you want to say. So if I'm going through it as a community, if we're going through it with police brutality, we're going through it with this, we're going through it with that. If I'm coming along and say, hey, your real problem isn't that you're black, is that they're holding you back, and I'm hearing that and loving it.
Not just that. The real problem is you're a god and they're trying to suppress you.
Yes.
They're trying to take your deity away from you.
So now it's like, and which is funny to me is like, if people keep saying like, Jesus is black, but I'm like, you still wouldn't follow him because the way you sound, you still have that ideal.
Mm-hmm.
So
you mentioned that too.
Yeah. So I think at the same time, it's one from after I listened to the album, I was like, okay, this is interesting. I know what he is for him. Now Jay-Z is a whole different thing.
Yeah,
like me and Sean had a conversation on text about that. I was like, in my personal thing, I always think Jay-Z is part of something bigger, but he's just disguising what he's talking about as 5%, but that's just me. But anyway.
I personally think Jay-Z is just a people pleaser.
Okay.
I think he knows that it's a popular thing to say, black, all that kind of stuff, and I think he just plays to it. I don't think he personally cares about any of this stuff.
Gotcha.
That's just what I think.
But he did, like I said, he did say some stuff on there that would make me go, okay.
He definitely listens.
He
listens. And I think he soaks up information and spews it back out. But I don't know if he personally cares about any of that.
Yeah.
That's not just from what I observed from him over the years.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear that he's leaning Christian or leaning Muslim. I just think he leans himself and whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. If anything, he probably leans atheist, is what I would assume from him. Yeah. And I think he knows that there's buzzwords he can say to make him connect with groups. Yeah. So that they can feel each other. But I don't think. I mean, I may be completely wrong, but the vibe I get from him is that he's not any of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I think overall, another thing too, somebody I saw
the crew said Jay-Z's gonna get me. That's good.
I saw somebody tweeted like, yo, and this is another conversation. He like Jay Electronica is in his 40s, yo, and he made a classic album, so you could still be in your age and still
Jay-Z
rap.
on it? Yeah. You gonna put Jay-Z on it? So yeah,
as long as you dope and you older, you still could work. I was like, people been waiting for this album almost like Detox, bro.
Yeah. So I think Jay Electronica built up a lot of legend status just because of the wait. You heard about him and then you didn't hear nothing from him. So it's like, oh, what is
he had a song called Exhibit C. That people was like, this is the next lyricism since Nas.
But I will say that, just my opinion, fans of Jay, it sounds to me like people really just gravitated to the fact that he was on the pro-black Nation of Islam stuff. And it was refreshing for people to hear somebody rap about that kind of stuff. And then the fact that it was so mysterious for so long, I think built a legend up about him.
But he's a good rapper, though. You can't say he's not a
He's good. Is what I'm leading up to. Is that
I didn't enjoy any of it.
Of course, we knew you wouldn't. So I'm just talking to you since you understand.
Yeah.
He's good, right? Follow me.
Yeah.
I was really listening hard.
Yeah.
But didn't you feel better when Jay was rapping on it? Didn't it brighten your day up a little bit when Jay started rapping?
Well, I think it depends on. Okay, I think we're in a program. I'm gonna come back to what you're saying.
By the way, Z.
I think we're in a program right now in hip hop where if it doesn't have those feelings and those vibes, then we're like, So I think the way he was rapping on the tracks, I didn't have a problem with it. I do see. I think Jay-Z. Say what you told me. Text me. Tell people what you said. You said you felt like Jay-Z. This album was incomplete. And Jay-Z was like, yo, I'm gonna finish.
That's a rumor. It's not true. I don't know. That's my opinion. I just felt like maybe.
But the world was highlighting Jay-Z more than Jay Electronica.
Maybe he couldn't finish his album, and Jay was like, all right, I'll just rap the unfinished verses for you and just let this get out.
What threw me off was the first person I heard on the very first song was
Jay-Z was the first, yeah.
And so I kept saying, like, Sean wanted me to listen to this, right? So I was like, okay, this must be it. I definitely didn't want to listen to it.
Twisting the crap out of this for the show.
Yeah. But,
not like I just,
you know what I'm saying, right?
Catch that new Jay Electronica. I don't care about him.
But what I'm saying is, like, I was listening and I was like, okay, either this guy sounds a lot like Jay-Z or this is Jay-Z. You know, I was driving, so I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I just saw the cover.
He's not on
right?
there either. He's not listed.
But he is.
What do you mean?
Like, it's kind of smart, though, is if you really catch it, it's Jay Electronica. And that's just Jay Electronica name, but they're using the actual cover
J-A-Y.
as Jay and then Electronica. You get what I mean? Like, still as the name. You see what I'm saying?
Why do you think that?
Because I think Jay-Z, I think he's still, it's still his name is still in the, it's still in it. Yeah.
Saying, but
it's a double entendre.
I just don't agree.
So that threw me off when I first heard Jay-Z on it, and then I definitely wasn't a fan of majority of the beats, right? Like, I wasn't even a fan of the rap pattern of either one of them. I was just like, man,
so we know that.
Just falling off.
Okay.
Now here's my question:
Is
this a shot at Kanye?
I don't know.
Is this because it seems like it kinda is.
Just the structure of it?
No, I feel like
interesting.
Jay-Z knows when, like, I talked to I remember having a discussion in a barbershop about this. I was like, Jay-Z can't go back to street rap no more. Because you deliver 444, which people felt like was a masterpiece. It's a maturity. So I feel like with this was kind of like, this is who y'all been waiting for, but then also, I'm still here too.
I think he was just showing off that I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I could do the pro-black stuff.
Yeah.
I could do the money stuff. I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where he is. But all I will say is Jay Electronica is really good. I just think people respect it more because they are pro-black themselves and they like that allusions to Africa stuff.
Yeah.
I personally don't care. So when I listen to it, I'm like,
you're not gonna call us all type of names.
I don't
on
care.
this comment.
I don't care. It's Sean. David Grant saying this, not them. Leave them alone. Sean is saying this.
I can imagine Coons.
I'm just saying the truth here. This is what I really feel. He's good, and there's some tracks I think he was really good on.
Yeah.
But I think the legend is boosting up the esteem of him a little bit.
Well, of course. I mean, like I said, going back to Exhibit C, people were anticipating this. It's almost like Nas. Like when you heard Nas on Live at the Barbecue, people was like, yo, who is this guy? We're anticipating his project. You know what I'm saying? So when he dropped Illmatic, I mean, because Live at the Barbecue was, I think, was 91, 92. So once he dropped Illmatic in 94, 93, 94, people was like, yes, this is the second coming of Rakim. So now you go from that to somebody else like Jay Electronica is the same thing.
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm saying he's good.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, is he that good?
Of course, it's the hype. Like you said, it's almost like a Star Wars movie. When the first Star Wars, but they after 4, 5, and 6, and they was like, we're about to drop the first Star Wars, like Star Wars 1, Episode 1. People like, oh, I can't wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so used to that mystique, that person, like you heard or you saw it before, and you like, yo, I can't wait for this. And people been waiting for this for a minute.
But honestly, I'm not trying to dump on him. I actually liked a lot of it. Like, I thought the first 3 or 4 tracks were really, really good. I thought what's the one? Blinding.
Yeah,
that was really, really good. I thought
one of them switched with a beat at the end, which was stupid.
So I thought it was really good. There, some of the tracks were. The first time I heard it, I was like, it's kind of boring. That was my first reaction to it. But overall, when I listen back, all the music is very good. It's very, very good. It's just a little chiller than I think most people were expecting. So it was good. It was good.
You know, had Travis Scott on the song.
Yeah. So, and Dream and all that. So it was good. I was just like, the hype around him is bigger than him to me in my mind.
But I think now, here's a question is, I think that is hip hop ready for religion unless it's 5%er? Like if it's opposite of 5%, would you still accept it? Because through this whole rap album is straight like 5% Islam, the Allah, everything. Like you could tell it's
the same. It's equivalent of what we do.
For
Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
So why is that? Like people hear it and they don't even bat an eye to it. It's just like this is hip hop. But when we come,
because I think I'd say, wait, go ahead, keep talking.
What's the difference?
I just think that Christianity in itself is, people have a harder time accepting it as pure in the form that we live it as though it's presented, right? Because again, a lot of people tied to white man's religion in this country, right? So that's why this is being accepted, because this is clearly going in the black direction. And
James Garden, I asked a question, and he responded with this based off this topic. He said, I think they've always been open to 5%, the hip-hop genre has always been open to 5% Nation of Islam talk because of the historical influence they had on hip-hop and New York black culture.
Of course, yeah.
So that's
but
where
the people that kids now don't give a crap about that. Why do they still accept it?
They could, though.
Do you care about this? You care about how hip hop started and who was there and you don't care about that.
No.
So what I'm saying is that they still accept. I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is more so that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
History. They don't care about that.
No, but what I'm saying is it's identity. At the end of the point, all this is identity.
Christianity don't favor black people. And if you listen, and the Nation of Islam does. If I'm listening to, like, when you listening to, like, it sounds like this is trying. It's kind of like
when you say Christianity doesn't favor black people.
It's kind of like when the Israelites wanted Saul, when like God wasn't enough, they wanted Saul because they wanted somebody who related to them directly. We want to see our king. We want somebody who's coming to help us. Like the Jews didn't accept Jesus because he didn't come for them specifically.
Right, but you don't mean actual Christianity, because actual Christianity is the same. It's the same people we're referring to.
Yeah, it is the same people we're referring to. But like its influence in America appears to be not like it's not for us.
You mean that just the Western Christianity is what they're rebelling against?
Exactly.
But even when it's coming from black people, like this is Lecrae we're talking about. This is propaganda. This is swoop. This is
because they think we're enslaved to some type of mentality.
They still think it was the white man's religion.
I mean, another thing is that, quote unquote Muslim rap isn't trying to convert you.
I think he is. out of anybody else. I'm not saying that Talib Kweli was, and I think they were too, honestly, but not as boldly as this guy is. I think he is trying to bring a wave of people to be like, yo, join this thing. Oh, okay. I think he is. You didn't get the sense of that?
I didn't get the sense of that.
What song did you feel that on?
This whole vibe. Like, I think he personally is trying to do that.
I think he made it like I'm an intellectual who can rap, but then also I give my praises to Allah for my gift.
It's different. This is not just I'm rapping, praise to Allah. This is praise to Allah, I'm rapping. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And the same way Lecrae.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference as far as tactic? It's not like Lecrae on every song is telling you to accept Jesus Christ. He's just rapping about what he cares about the same way Jay is.
Yeah.
Why are they having such a hard time with our stuff?
Because it's the white man's religion. That's what they believe.
I mean, also Jay-Z.
Okay,
but
well, I
don't know if people would care as much.
But even if you do know the story of Jay Electronica had a buzz before Jay-Z signed him.
Yeah,
Puffy wanted to sign him. A bunch of people wanted to sign Jay Electronica.
Yeah.
There was a
his pen game is nice.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good. Yeah.
I just wonder why they are so tuned into that, and I already answered why. I'm just saying it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Why are they so tuned into that, but we are like separated into this it doesn't exist category over here?
Well, honestly, he could sell shows. Like we talked about the whole business. Like, we had those conversations offline before with people that came in was like, hey man, they saying like we go to these labels and they like, y'all just going to churches, y'all just going this. Well, Jay Electronica, they probably thinking, well, we could put him at, concerts. We could do this for him. We could do that.
Just because it's
like
not
that.
Offensive? Because it's offensive to white people. I mean, he's talking about black people all through this thing. Why is this? Why does that work? Why does that work?
It doesn't care.
So you could be like pro-black. Yeah, black people are guys. They're trying to keep us down, and it don't. So why does that not affect their bottom line? But talking about Jesus does.
Because sin.
But they're talking about sin too.
But I think at the end of the day, the devil knows the difference between the devil knows between what's real and what's not fake, but what's going to change somebody's life versus.
Did he curse
religious.
on this album?
Yes.
What
you know the curse police.
Who?
What did he say?
Who? Jay Electronica? F word.
I don't remember hearing it. That's what I'm asking.
Because it was in a song where I was like, oh wow, this is okay, and then I was like, oh no, it's not okay.
I
trust you, not really, but like I don't remember.
It was very clear. It was.
I don't remember.
I don't. But going back to the days of Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, that all was like 5% Nation of Islam. They didn't really curse in their music like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like as religious as they're calling our music is as religious as they are. So like I'm
telling you what it is. You know what it is, Sean.
I already know what it is. I'm just why
you're playing
is
the game
it?
very well.
Said, why is it?
Why is it
because
is what it is?
That's the
it was
history
Universal
of the whole
Soldier.
thing.
I think he cussed in Universal Soldier.
That's the whole thing. I mean, hip
But
hop
I
is
didn't get
widely
through the whole
referred to. I mean, hip hop is widely referred to as black people's music, even though we know who actually buys the albums. But I'm just saying, it's black people for music. So
I just wonder. Let's talk about. But they still buy the albums. Why are they not offended by this?
You said why? White people not offended by this?
Yes.
Because they like hearing this type of stuff. They like hearing just like because they want to feel like they're on the other side.
That's true.
I don't know.
Little white kids want to be cool black kids.
But white kids was back.
They want to be woke. They want to be like.
I would say back in the day, Public Enemy, white kids were buying into Public Enemy too.
That's my question. Why are they okay with that, but they're not okay with us?
Because if Jesus offends people.
Because that sounds like my pastor.
Our earlier arguments don't apply to them, right? We were talking about because it's pro-black and this and that. How does that apply to them? Why do they care about that?
It's a conversational starter where it's like, have you heard the new such and such album? You heard the new Jay Electronica album? Because right now that's the.
I don't think white people care about the religion part at all on this one.
Then why do they care about ours?
Because Christianity is what they know about. They
that's true.
A lot of younger white people are very much against the Bible Belt.
We need a white person on the planet.
No,
they reject what they don't know.
This is our show.
It's not about
they reject what they know and embrace what they don't know.
It's not about it being like.
I honestly, it's the first. I honestly think it's the first thing I said. I listen to a lot of podcasts and shows and stuff, and the thing is that a lot of kids, especially white kids, grew up in church.
Yeah.
And in a certain type of church. Of course, black kids did too, but in a certain type of church. And a lot of them are rejecting what they grew up with for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
So I do think is when you hear something that reminds you of what you're running away from,
that's true.
It makes you cringe.
Yeah.
It makes you want to turn it off.
Yeah.
And I think that's the real issue we're dealing with, not this whether it's
But
pro-black or not.
going back to the whole pro-black thing, I think at times white people like to see what's your frustration. What are you what's like, because if you think about Public Enemy back in the late 80s, early 90s, they're talking about kind of on the same wavelength of Jay Electronica.
Why aren't they as interested in the black church experience? Because that's cultural too. There's experience there.
Because
There's
it's still
history
Christianity.
there.
It's still Christianity at the end of the day. It's still Jesus or you got to repent. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? You know what Jesus represents. I think everybody in America knows what Jesus represents.
But you got to do that as a Muslim too. Like that's what I'm confused about.
But I don't think they. I think what you said.
I don't think they feel the urge of conversion the same way Christianity is here. At least in America specifically. Like there's not a mosque on every corner. There is a church on every corner.
Well, certain cities
there is
mosques.
But even then, there's a church
Three
next
on
to
this
it.
corner,
It's down
right?
the street. It's like especially like in certain parts of the country, you got churches like Waffle Houses. They're all over the place,
especially in the Bible Belt in the South. But I think it would be interesting how Lecrae comes out.
Michelle said because black church too long.
That's funny. But here's the question though.
With that.
This is the question. What does Lecrae do when he drops Restoration?
What do you mean?
Because now I would love to see how the culture dissects that.
If Jay-Z signed Lecrae and they did this album, but it was Lecrae's stuff, how would it do?
It still would do well because Jay-Z.
Because Jay-Z.
People would pay attention to it, yeah.
People pay attention to it, would they embrace it?
Now, if Lecrae did a song with Jay-Z, what would that do?
It would be a hot song.
To who? It depends on who you're talking about.
What if Jay-Z and Lecrae got a song about
first of all, Lecrae,
about being good husbands?
But Lecrae doesn't have the same incoming buzz as Jay did coming in.
I see what you mean. Got you.
People would be like, "Oh, that's interesting," but a lot of people don't. Who is that?
Yeah.
You know, why would I care about this particular song with this particular person if I don't know who he is or care?
I see what you mean. Well, then that's the difference. That's another thing. I think we said, but the buzz. That's one. He has a buzz already. So I'm just trying to.
You know what? Let's relate this back to this coronavirus. A lot of it though is because of our faith, we self-quarantine ourselves away from the world too. It's not just that they don't accept us. We don't want to work with them a lot. You know, like the whole thing with the truth saying that you shouldn't. A lot of us, Lecrae is not necessarily in this camp, but I do think there are people he still stays away from. We as Christians are nervous about working with secular artists too. So it's not just that they don't accept our music. We don't necessarily want to be accepted either.
If Lecrae did a Jay-Z song, it's going to be some people that's going to be like, yeah, but it's going to be a very loud amount of people who are going to be like, why would you do that? Exactly. What are you doing?
The Illuminati, you would too.
I think Lecrae would though. I think he would do a Jay-Z song.
The crew said Lecrae would be canceled out if he did a song with Jay-Z.
He would be canceled out by some people. I don't think so.
I didn't think so either.
I don't think so. I think a lot of people would cancel him, but if it worked, I think people would get over it. I mean, they got over everything he's done so far. So why wouldn't you get over this? I think people will get over it at some point.
But I think CHH turns off Lecrae and then goes back to that other type of music like Jay-Z and them.
But here's the question. You remember on Chance album, the cover book, Jay Electronica is on How Great Is Our God.
Yeah. And that's a fire song.
Yeah, which is interesting.
And what's interesting, and I guess we got to stop talking about this because it's really interesting, but I let my dad hear that before he passed. And my dad said the Jay Electronica guy knows what he's talking about.
Wow.
He didn't say that about Chance. He was like, Jay Electronica knows. Because Jay Electronica talks more about the Bible than most Christian rappers do.
He does.
He knows the Bible and the Quran.
I would say, but sometimes people do that because they got to know. If I get in a debate in you,
of course, and
I know what
Hebrew
scripture to take
Israelites,
you to.
Nation of Islam, they know the Bible more than you listening.
Yeah,
they know better than you. And Jay Electronica knows the Bible, so he knows what kind of song he's on, and he knows what to say in this type of environment.
Yeah.
So when my dad heard him rapping, it was like, this guy knows the Bible.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in all of it because remember now in the Quran there's Jesus is in the Quran, Mary's in the Quran, like this overlapping stories, right? The difference is that they didn't accept Jesus as the Lord and Savior, right?
They're the prophet.
That's where it diverges, but the history is very similar if you read it. So
stop it, Crow. Stop it. I'm sorry.
He knows a lot about the Bible, right?
Yeah.
So it's just this whole thing is interesting to me that they would even accept Jay Electronica talking about Christian stuff more than they would accept a Christian talking about Christian stuff.
Because he's not trying to. They thinking Lecrae is trying to convert them. They're thinking Jay Electronica is just a dope lyricist. He's not trying to convert me. You get what I mean? And that's the
fear of conversion. This is like
but I think also Christian rap is known for that from years. It has always been, yo, these guys almost are like preachers more than these guys.
So it's just a fear of conversion. People are just afraid of being. This is like we're Cybermen. That's a deep cut, super deep cut. But that's what they're afraid of. Is that we just come off as we will replace your innards and make you something different. They don't want to be changed.
No, I mean I think that's what people know about Christianity. At the end of the day, am I right or wrong? Like that's what people know is like Christianity is you either going to change or you going to hell. I think that's what people think. Like so.
All right, man. So. Yeah, I didn't know I was going to talk so long about this, but it's very interesting. You're in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go!
You are listening to the Trackstarz.
I still hold on to like this idea.
Right now you in the field with Trackstarz.
Yeah. Super interesting. Muslims versus Christians.
This our theme music. Leg out, stand in pose, look below. They need heroes, here we go. Went to the booth, changed our clothes. Now for the money won't sell our soul.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah is the CEO, the brains. No, not the brains. No, but the leader of FMG, you know what I mean? He created the lane that we're in, you know what I mean? I mean, we created the lane, but he gave us the avenue, you know what I mean? The means to do it, to push us to do it, you know what I mean?
Jeremiah is the CEO. He's like the father of the group. He's that voice of reason sometimes, and he reminds us why we do what we do.
Jeremiah is humility. He's down to earth. He is the epitome of what it means to be a selfless person, meaning he takes himself out of everything he does, every question that he responds to, every situation that he puts himself in or he finds himself in. He takes his own self out to make room for other people's opinions, other people's wants and desires.
Oh, Jeremiah. Well, first of all, he brought my name, but I put it on loan. So Jeremiah is an awesome rapper, producer, CEO of FMG, creative genius, brilliant, awesome man of God, and basically the mastermind behind Freedom Music Group. And so that's who he is, and I'm excited to see him in action and to see part of his vision coming to pass through Misfits and Bangers.
Jeremiah is like a mix between, well, a mix of loyalty and he's funny. I guess with Jeremiah, when I'm upset, he'll say something totally stupid and crazy where I have like no choice but to laugh, and I'm so mad.
DJ Jeremiah. Man, DJ Jeremiah is a cool cat, man. He's a cool cat that is like, he gives you that reserved type of feeling, but I mean, he packs a power punch in his DJing and his rap ability, his lyrical content is off the chain. I always look forward to hearing his verses and stuff like that, because he brings a little different, he gives you something a little different, versatility. Because somebody like him that that's quiet and reserved, those are the ones that I always tell you gotta watch out for. DJ Jeremiah is one of those guys you gotta watch out for, because he comes off with a quiet demeanor, but that man's a monster.
Jeremiah, that is it's like the daddy of the group, I guess. I'd have to say. When we tripping and when we doing craziness, he always got a quick verse to give you, or something to inspire you, or bring us all back to the forefront. You know, them come to Jesus moments, he usually leads those. Man, I look up to Jeremiah, man. That's big bro, and part of the reason I do music. So
Jeremiah is the fire starter, I would say. Somebody who basically can see talent out in the world and bring them and give them a chance to have a platform and give them a platform and let them know kind of that he's behind them 100% and give them everything that they need and support them. He's extremely caring and somebody who's there for you and who'll support your dreams and who'll make sure that your dreams at least have a chance to come true.
When I first started this whole J-Dot thing and I knew that the vision was big and I knew that everything that we had to accomplish as a team was gonna, or just as an individual, was gonna be a lot. And I knew I needed a team, and I knew I needed help, and I knew music and movies and all these things. I can't do all this by myself, and I prayed for God to bring me help. And right when I did that, Jeremiah came along, and he just had this passion for music, and I just saw his heart, and he just had a pure heart. Jeremiah has one of the purest hearts you will ever find in a person. That dude is pure through and through. He loves God. He doesn't make any bones about it, and he doesn't take any flack for that. Like he's legit, and just seeing that legitness in him, man, made me just say, you know what, I want this dude on my team. And he just picked up this FMG thing and had a vision for it, and I was just like, I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna help him do his vision, and I think his vision matches great with mine. And so we just started collaborating on music. I helped him with his album, put that out, and then we just had a vision for more things, and we started picking up artists, and this is what it is now. And FMG finally is putting out a project that's official, and I'm proud of him, man. He's an amazing person, and I can't wait till you guys get to know him better.
Producer, songwriter, CEO of FMG. Jeremiah's just a person that loves to have fun, loves to just be creative, come up with those ideas, come up with things to change people's ideas and change people's mentalities and philosophies and stuff like that. But more importantly, Jeremiah is a believer in Christ.
Some of our power is just a glow, having faith, being bold, being obedient to what is told, spitting from my mouth like a code, hitting our target, halo.
Look to the sky, freedom, you're unchained. Superhero theme music flies above, now we reign. To most, we're not the same. To the world, we bring a change. Give me freedom from the pain. Look to the sky, look to the sky, look to the sky. We soaring, look to the sky. Look to the sky, look to the sky.
This song right here is alright.
Y'all remember that when him and what's his name was beefing with each other, Chameleon? And he was calling him like, you start off in the church, like, said something like that.
Isn't Paul Wall a Christian now though?
He should.
As of last reported.
Yo, what's going on? This is MC Zen. Yeah, and you're checking out
You know, it'd be
the
interesting.
Trackstarz. We're in the field, live and
What if
direct.
he ushers in? What if he ushers in
this, that,
a new
throwback
era,
song of the day.
5% rap, hip hop? That'd be interesting.
I think it would give a better opportunity for CHH to jump in.
I mean,
people would start to allow religion.
I think how far it goes though, because if he starts going into the Jews or the devil, we just appreciate that is that question.
You mind if we let you know that, Lord? Yes.
And that could be another reason why
the heart in your word, your word won't hold lies, no defects. While sinful men on their reject, I'll reset my mind and meditate on your precepts. Hearts down to your statues, what fortune? Can't live this life without you, my portion. Of course then, you're rich in mercy, unworthy, I seek righteousness. God, I'm thirsty.
If you want to keep on, I don't think Satan is fighting.
Keep me from the hand of the wicked and the inner man of the kid.
It does not prevent his soul.
It ain't strange to gain interest.
Everyone who joined Islam is like, cool, still rolling with me. It's only one way in. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not on that one way, we're not messing with you.
Without you, I couldn't breathe. Blind to the truth, couldn't see. And I wouldn't be in a state to appreciate what you did on that wooden teeth. And I shouldn't be complacent when considering how amazing your grace is. Lord, you got my undivided attention. I don't see how people just rely on religion. That's an empty existence amidst this sin-sick humanity where all is vanity. We need you, but sometimes we don't act like we do. We act like fools and opt to pass up on you. I know we be bugging when we treat you like a supplement, when in reality you're our sustenance. Plus you crushed your kid so you could show us mercy. This way we don't get what justice gives.
It's not like Christians out here studying Judaism. That's because I had my he was always cool because their parents was gonna be tripping if they wild out, and my parents was you know what I'm saying? Like we were related on those terms. They had to be good people.
You're the source of my life. I can only be right with you by my side.
So audacity when we live life and live like we can survive without the one who gives life.
The people that are widely considered the best guys aren't the ones that
We need you like the earth needs
like those aren't the ones that are visual. Like no one's seeing the guys that we have that are like
Lord, help us to heed you. Forgive us for the evil that we do. All we know is we need you. True. Oh, true.
Ryan had it.
It was in my laptop.
I told
pretty much everybody that was on that statement song.
I told you that. She was like, man, we don't. Yo, man, y'all scared of Maya? You need to be scared of Toya. Toya is more.
Don't I know it? Oh no. The confirmation.
All right, here we go. 18 seconds.
Got you.
Toya is.
Y'all know what time it is. Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah, Sean Tanner,
time it is. Y'all know what time it is.
It's the Bill Boys. You in the field, boy. It's the Bill Boys. We in the field, boy. You tuned in and locked. Trackstarz. We beating on your block. Trackstarz, yeah. I'm repping the most high king like mama, I made it. Trackstarz bringing the real, you love it or hate it. Line for line with the kingdom, the secular faded.
Yo, what up, y'all? This your boy Cannon, man. Y'all better get ready for line, man. You already know what it is. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah was good.
All right, this segment is sponsored by the 520 Collective. New podcast drops on the 15th. Make sure you check it out. Also, if you're looking for any designs for album covers, if you need a logo, hit up the 520collective.com, all right?
Yep.
All right, man, it's line for line time. It was a before all this happened, you know, this month was Women's Month, right? Yes. Okay. So I was deciding to do something with the ladies of hip hop. So we did something a couple years ago, maybe about 2 years ago, I think. No, 2-3 years ago. Was so this is kind of a part 2 of that. So it was the FemC's, the first one, and then we're gonna do a part 2 today. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be an interesting one. And I just want to see y'all faces, especially Ryan's, because I think this is going to be fun, and Sean's, because it's funny.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. The views and opinions of the Trackstarz and Trackstarz universe are not the views and opinions of the artists, the label, producer, and others. If you feel offended, please press stop now. If you feel you never heard of the mainstream artists and thinking about checking them out after this, please press stop now. We try not to do the same artists over and over. If you're personally listening to Christian artists and this ain't your thing, then we have a noteworthy topic, interviews you can go check out right now. These artists are not the Christian version of anybody, folks. This is just a bit. All right, so here we go. We're going to start off with, I think people are going to call us haters for this one, probably because there's a lot of males in here and my wife's the only female. But anyway, Salty, my type. Here we go.
New whip, right around dips. I can see why all these basic bust down wrist, not a bust down. Said I want your man, no the fuck I don't fit. See a rich, but he still hitting licks. Spinning bread, but he still can't hit. Please, Lamborghini keys, dripping ice, he get flown out to me. Please, I want a man with the beads. From the bag on dumb on the D's. See on my lips, take a little sip, privacy on the door. I'ma make this.
All right, that was Salty. Is it?
I say Sweetie. Sweetie, but
I don't think it's Sweetie. I think it's. Is it? That was my type. This is Miss Tiffany Poured Out. Here we go.
Takes a lot of courage to step away and move into another place. You gotta get saved, Jesus the only way. See the kingdom of God, go through the sun, repent from your sin, true life will begin. Dark days of discouragement, don't know what to do. Do all things I came to encourage you. By the grace of God, you are still here. Going through some valleys, but the mountain is near. Let your praise be rejoiceful, exalting the King. Be filled and rebuilt within Holy Trinity. Keep Christ in your life, put God first. Scared, don't be scared, now go to church. Word in your heart.
All right, that was Miss Tiffany Poured Out versus Sweetie, my type.
Saweetie. So MC Nice and the crew says Saweetie.
Sweetie? Oh.
Saweetie.
Saweetie. Okay.
Saweetie.
Well, go ahead, Ryan.
What you got?
Miss Tiffany on that.
All right, Maya.
Saweetie.
What's the second person?
Miss Tiffany.
I got Miss Tiffany. What you got?
I got Miss Tiffany.
Miss Tiffany, what you got?
Miss Tiffany.
Miss Tiffany.
All right, so that's 1-0 going up to.
Did y'all have online? Or does it matter? It doesn't
Miss
matter.
Tiffany.
Miss Tiffany, like Miss Tiffany online. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
All right, this is all right, here we go. This is K Sade. Nothing. Here we go.
Headed to the top in an elevator. World trade views on my workday stroll. Living this dream at the job I love. And I'm married to a king with a nice free throw. Married to a king with the magical lad. And they fly me around when they want to be low. And oh, and it's looking like another vacay. Cause it seems like they all want to blow that smoke. They dropping comments and I okey doke them. And they fall along with their arguments. Girl, I'm a Charlotte guy. We got a lot in common. Yes, all along you should have thought again. I got the power straight out the 90s when he gave me life. And then he gave it twice in
All right, that was K-Sade Nothing. This is Tierra Whack, Unemployed.
Having flashbacks, where your past that, where the cash at, ayo past that, I will stab back, just for bags racks, front on me and I'll punch that on chat. Are you okay? Please don't ask that. I don't act black, got a fat cat, you a rat, rat a tat 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 a tat tat, tattoos, but you can't see them. Ice cold, yeah, I'm going skiing. I get around like the Coliseum, used to roam around with no pot to pee and I'm hard tips. Get away with murder like Christoph, you get crisscrossed in the big loft. I'm a big boss, so much sauce I drip broth. The wait is over, I'm taking over. You're overweight, you ate a soda, I'm super sober, you doing.
All right, it was Tierra Whack, Unemployed versus Nothing by K-Sade. Who y'all going with?
What you got?
I'm gonna go Tierra on that.
What you got?
Is there a reason Whack is in her name? Like, I'm just trying to figure out like what the method behind it is. But I know it's early, but I'm gonna toss. I wasn't crazy about either one, honestly.
I was gonna toss too, but
So I love both of these.
Really?
Yes, I loved K-Sade's, but I really love Tierra Whack's song. That's probably the only song I heard from her that I really, really love. But that song is amazing. It's called
Unemployed.
Unemployed, yeah. It's amazing. I love
You
this.
like her flow on that though?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Absolutely, 100%.
At near the end, it got good to me.
That's my favorite flow I've heard in years. Years. Talking about JID, her. It's only been a couple people I've been like, yo. That's
it just seemed elementary to me at the beginning.
No.
And then it flipped a little bit.
Murdered that. Yeah. She murdered it. What you got?
Right. So wait, who did you vote for then?
White.
Okay.
What you got?
I'm going with K-Sade.
Okay, well Tierra got that one now.
K-Sade
Is
did
Tierra
really well.
on mine too, you said? Yeah, so Tierra got that one.
She did really well too, but I mean, that song is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So what is that? What is that? 1-1?
It sounds like yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna leave.
Babe, it's 1-1.
It's 1-1 now, yeah.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna start off with Rhapsody. Ipitage? I think I said that wrong. But here we go, he rap.
When the MCs came to live out their name, inscribed in the halls and the walls of fame, balancing life, wrote both the yin and yang. Hands buried the man and they raised the sun to rain. That's a play on words, they say herb ain't all the same. Slaves in prison and they some unchained. While everybody in my gang a star DJ praying, screaming through the sunroof, money still ain't a thing. While I'm spinning small bank, asking where's my change. Carpool with the homies, saving gas in my tank. I think like a billionaire, I spend.
It was Rhapsody. Ipitage? This is somebody's name. I'm totally destroying it. It's Ibtihaj. Okay. That was Rhapsody. This is AI Eastside.
They not ready for this lyrical lioness. I annihilate any rhythmical rudiment. I am anomaly. And I've been trying to grind, been trying to move in. I'm a whole different breed. Call me the new kid. I don't follow the groove. I follow the blueprint. I'm part of the truth, molding my life, ink in my pen. Yeah, they got the truth, but I'm tripping the critics. Stitching this image. I'm dipped in the scriptures. I'm fully submitted. Yeah, I'm all in it and authentic. I'm all driven. I'm all cause. I don't involve gimmicks.
And that was AI, the Anomaly Eastside versus Rhapsody. Who y'all going with?
What you got?
AI.
AI, what you got?
Yeah, that was AI easy.
So that was another one of the verses that I've heard recently that was like in my top. That because I don't hear verses that make me go anymore because music is different. Yeah. But I'm not even making this up. Tierra Whack's verse, AI's verse we just heard, something from JID. It's been rare like spots, and this was one of them. I love how AI
Thank you,
killed
women, for keeping lyricism alive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What you got?
females.
AI, what you got?
This is. I'll use my toss for this because I like Rhapsody. I think she's super dope.
She's good,
but I like AI too.
AI murder her on that.
Yeah, so.
All right, it's AI for that one. So we're 2-1.
All right, here we go. This is Toya Love. Keep on pushing.
I got hustle, I got grind ambition, your team DOA. Bring that heat, we most definitely gonna meet you where you stay. We been kicked down, stepped on, placed on like to right straight to our face. Caught a L, but I jump back to my rightful place. Must be the light on me, cause I feel like God shine on me. Say be patient, it's all about God's time on me, Lack resources, never motivation. Shift the clutch, switch to elevation. This one hustle meets determination. Tell my mama, I'ma make it.
That was Keep On Pushing, Toya Love. This is Megan Thee Stallion, Captain Hook.
This is my problem, nobody solve it. You can keep hating, I'm popping regardless. He wanna feel it like Megan Thee Stallion. Don't want your nigga because I want his daddy. I like to switch up my style every week. I gotta switch up my hair every day. I ain't no hope, but I do be on going. I promise my niggas gonna love me the same. I'm a hot girl, don't try it at home. I wear the shit that be showing my thong. I like to drink and I like to have sex. I fuck the niggas that's cutting the checks. Dance on the now you been served. I like a dick with a little bit of curve. Hit this poop with an uppercut. Call it Captain Hook. Ayy, I go shopping. Want it, then I cop it. Ayy.
That was Captain. Yo, Ryan's face. Ryan is a concerned father now.
He is.
Or he's
he hates her.
Oh well.
That was Megan Thee Stallion, Captain Hook. That was Toya Love. Keep on pushing. Who y'all going?
What you got? Toya Love. What you got?
Megan.
Babe, you're not helping.
I didn't like the beginning of Toya Love's song, but towards the end of her clip, I liked it a lot. I liked how she flipped her flow on the end. I remember Megan's line for line. I still don't get it. Till this day, we know you don't like it. We already know. But I literally cannot understand what the deal is with Megan. I don't get it.
I think she came out at the right time. I mean, I think with the rise of course, Cardi, and then she came, and then
no Megan without Cardi, right?
I think it's a lot of female rappers that you could say without Cardi.
Was she before or after City Girls though?
After, right?
No, I think they were the same time.
Oh,
they were the same time.
I feel like City Girls popped before Megan did,
but they probably did. But I think they popped.
She's been rapping for a long time. I'm just saying, when did they like pop into the culture? Because Hot Girl Summer was after the City Girls.
How big a song was that? Big Old Freak.
Oh.
Right?
Probably. I don't know.
Cannot.
No, I'm just.
You go to the grave and said it's a Hot Girl Summer song.
Oh, Meg went online.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait,
I literally.
Oh, he didn't. He doesn't understand the whole thing.
I literally just do not. She sounds like what people were making fun of Christian hip hop for sounding like. To me.
You think so?
Yeah. Her flow is very simple to me, like very elementary. Like,
but I think her influences are like, she said she was influenced by
Trina.
UGK, 3-6. So I'm thinking like, they're
Sounds
not
like Trina, yeah.
Yeah, but probably more Gangsta Boo.
Yeah, but that's 20 years ago stuff.
But
Why
that's
is
what I'm saying. That's the
popular now?
influence.
Gangsta Boo.
You know Gangsta Boo from 3-6?
Yeah.
But I think. I mean, I get it because I think things is simple now. I mean, nobody. I mean,
yeah, but this is different than simple. Like Cardi B is simple.
Yeah.
This sounds old to me.
Oh, really? Is it just because her southern talk? Is that another thing too? Because her southern, the way she sounds.
Where's she from?
2 Chainz can thrive today.
2 Chainz is better than this.
Megan, no, sir.
2
I would
Chainz
put
is
them
better
in
than
the
this.
same category.
2 Chainz is better than this. I will stand on that. 2 Chainz is better than this.
MC Night says she's dark skinned with body, and the hip hop culture been wanting that.
Well.
Yeah, but can she rap? That's all I care about. Can she rap?
But
It don't sound like it's
the world
rap.
care if somebody can rap.
Okay. I just don't get it. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people that I don't like that I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is everybody so excited about that?
I mean,
you don't have to be complex if you talking that talk.
But it's not complexity. There's a lot of artists that are not complex that I get. I get why people like them.
You don't understand that she says the stuff that ratchet women want to
That's
think
true.
in their head.
That's true.
You're going too far. But yeah, so I just don't get it.
So
The sound of her.
because it's also what they want to hear from.
Babe, they're saying 2 Chainz is way better.
2 Chainz is better
It's
than
way
Megan Thee
better
Stallion.
I'm sorry.
You think you put them in the same category?
Yes, I put them in the same category.
Wow.
I
No.
just do.
Did you hear
Risha
Mercy?
says she's
Did you
giving
hear-
a message a lot of females want to hear right now.
Did you hear Mercy? Okay.
That's his best verse.
It is his best
No,
verse.
I think his best verse is I'm So High, Me and God Dapping. That's that Chance song. I like his verse the best on that.
Okay.
I think it was Mercy.
I just don't get it. Maybe I'll get it later. I'll come in here and admit it. Like,
Well,
oh,
who you
okay,
got?
I get it.
You got Toya?
Yes. What you got? Megan, what you got?
I should use my toss up here. I would say I would give it to Megan by a slight edge.
Okay, and online they gave it to Megan too.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, sorry. Well, all right. Either way, Megan got it.
So it's 2-2.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to number 5. This is TK Lee, Never Fold. Here we go.
Peace, life, and all the hope. Ain't selling no dope, but we serving something good. You can catch me in traffic, pulling up to your hood. People dealing with depression, anxiety, and stressing. You just giving more messing, self-doubt and comparisons. Man, we gotta do better. That's including myself. Diving deeper in the word. Gotta get them for yourself. Yeah, I hear about the self-help, but if it ain't God, there's no help. Why depend on the universe? Tell me who was really here first. Jesus made what you praising.
All right, that was TK Lee, Never Fold. Here's your girl, Nikki. Yikes.
I keep 2 9s, yeah. You see my face all over that Fendi design, yeah. Soon as we press you, boy, you throw up peace signs, yeah. You don't want that action, pull your card, you decline, yeah. I keep 2 dimes, yeah. Walk up to a bad be like, I think you fine, yeah. I don't play with demons, Satan, get thee behind, yeah. About to give up a margarita with 2 limes, yeah. Oh, I've been the same, ain't changed, this ain't.
All right, that was Yikes by Nicki Minaj. TK Lee, Never Fold. Who y'all going with?
Nicki.
Really?
Oh, you said that so quickly.
Nicki.
I think he like that 808.
What you got?
I got TK, actually.
I got Nikki as well. Just sounded overall a little better. What you got?
I think I got TK on that one.
TK, what you got?
TK.
Really?
Who they got online? Really?
I don't know. That Nicki verse.
The thing with Nicki is that Nicki has a distinct
"Get
voice.
thee behind me, Satan."
Nicki has a
didn't count for
distinct voice.
nothing.
What did they say?
Didn't do nothing to you.
When the other girl, well, TK was talking about Jesus majority of the time, but
Yeah.
She didn't get
see,
no
I
points.
did that on purpose. I knew y'all.
Yeah.
What's she saying? What they say online? Because this matters.
With Nikki online.
Oh, wow. So it's a toss for that round, then.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so we're still at 2-2.
Oh wow. Okay. Here we go. This is round 6. We're gonna start off with One Day. No cap.
Been like this, I've been chillin', y'all forgot that I can spit like this. Every record know I'm making hits like this. Keep it honest, you know, homie, 116 that click. Who you know the flow like this, but they always got the load up in the mix, no biz. Rapping, don't forget about the gold, don't miss. I ain't doing this to me, it's about the souls, that's it. Yeah, I keep it real, Harley been rapping since Stony at lunch, she was hitting them flows. Ay, your girl about her business, I got bills to pay, so go stack up your bands for a show. Ay, remember them people that told me that I would be nothing, no boy, is you wrong. Ay, they sing my song, that L turned to B with a twist against.
All right, it was One Day. No cap. This is Cardi. Press.
They know how I'm coming, we're coming the flesh. With a she gon' check. She be talking that shit talking out of her neck. Put blood on her dress. Be mad when they see Cardi step in the spot. Said that you bought it, we know that you're not. I'ma pull up on pull-ups as soon as I drop. Bought a new foreign, I might up a yacht. Bitch, in my business, they tryna plot. Poppin' shit like they hot, but they not. Just spread at the wrist, the paddock, the watch. We flexin', we know what you got. Cardi the hacker, they gave me the knot. Look at your I got him on live, just go bang, bang like I'm chopping them chops.
All right, that was Cardi B. Press. No cap. One Day.
Press.
What you got?
One Day.
One Day. What you got?
Why did you tell him to stop?
I'm going to give that one a One Day, too.
I loved One Day, but I actually might have to toss this one. I'm going to toss this.
All right.
Whoever wrote that, they killed it.
For Cardi?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm not
No, but I'm
voting.
just saying, like, props to whoever, like, I mean, they're doing good with her. Taking flows, they take the right flows, they make it fits. So
I don't give
toss.
any credit to the person that's not writing.
We don't know. What you got?
He write a rap and he
he write one rap. He's like, yo, it ain't that hard.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's not. It's not.
With the right
Get
beat.
your bar game up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What you got?
I got Cardi B.
Cardi B. What you got?
Wow. I would go with One Day, but I like what you said about Cardi because I feel like she was in the pocket too, and I can't use my toss. So I will say Cardi.
Online?
So it's up to them, right?
Yeah.
All right, so looks like
One Day online.
One Day.
All right. One Day edged
Good.
it out. So 3-2.
It's the way it's supposed to be.
Just barely.
That was it? That was 6?
Yeah,
But
that
I
was
do
it.
want to hear round 7.
Good
It was
stuff.
so close.
It was
I really
very
wanted
close.
it to be a toss. I wanted round 7.
That was good. That was good. Wande is really good.
She is.
She is really good. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like I love how she approaches songs. Like she just. I think I said this to her in her face when she was sitting right here. It's not just that she gets the vibe of the new sound.
Yeah.
But she could rap. Like I could hear the talent. I love when I can hear somebody do whatever these kids like, but they also have a talent to do what I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can mix it. Right?
These kids, I'm still.
I'm getting old, guys. But yeah, so
I love it though. She is good though. She really is.
Are we gonna support her? Like, cause you know sometimes some people are we gonna support her strong? Cause I really hope we do, because I think we're in the year of I think we're in a season of female rap, because I keep seeing more and more female
yeah,
rappers.
there's a lot. There's a lot
So
coming
I just hope that we support her, like, cause sometimes for female MCs in CHH, sometimes it can be hard. And
it can be hard,
really
but
support like that.
She's in a good position. She's doing a lot of writing. She's doing a lot of hooks. So I think that'll keep her name out there. I'm very impressed with her, man. Like I loved what she did on that song that Ace produced a while back. What was that one? It was a bunch of people. It was like a cell phone.
Oh yeah.
She
Live Forever.
She's just good, man.
Yeah,
she's really good.
So, but what did you guys think about everybody else?
I just feel like I was listening to the Megan Thee Stallion interview on I get this whole that they want to be free thing, but and say what they want to say, but I just think they add to the problems that we try to say music, hip hop music shouldn't degrade and be misogynistic and all this kind of stuff, but I mean you put out music that's contradictory to us trying to clean that up. Just sucks.
Yeah.
It's empowering when women say it, and it's sad that that's where women find their power these days. But it's empowering when women say it.
Yeah, it's like they're taking back their sexuality, taking back their. It's my prerogative what I want to do, not yours.
Yeah. The Bobby Brown.
I guess Ryan's frustration is, why isn't your prerogative to say, stop sexualizing me, stop treating me that way? It seems like the response is, I'll do it.
Yeah, because we've been doing it for years. Yeah, we've been doing it for years.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't. Sure.
But I mean, that's a strange reaction to stop doing
no, it's
that
not,
to me.
because honestly, you could say the same argument as with black people claiming the N-word.
Yeah.
To me, it's the same principle.
So this is like the N-word for women?
I mean, I'm not saying it's on that same level, because I think it's a different level.
I see where you're going though.
But people could say the same, use that same argument.
Do you guys think that more female rappers are going to sign in CHH? Like
I
after,
hope so.
I mean, of course, AI and
because a lot of them deserve it. Like Toya Love is really good.
Yeah.
I can't remember some of the other names, but yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
they're really good. So they if they don't, there's some other thing going on, but they're good.
Yeah. I just wonder if it's a space thing, right? We don't have that many labels anymore. We got sub labels, but we don't have like labels.
Does every label have a female on it though now, as far as
but you
CHH
know what
is concerned? At least one.
We have so many people that are single rappers and they have made a label, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're labels out there, but they're not labels that can stand up to the advances and the signings and help someone launch their career.
Yeah, but I'm saying the ones that are launching careers of men.
Oh yeah,
not everyone has a female on it.
They all have females.
Does
RMG
has one?
Yep.
Humble Beast has one.
Yep.
Reach has one.
Yep.
Who am I missing? Is there
God
another
Over
one?
Money has one.
God Over Money has one. That's good.
But that doesn't sound good. This doesn't even sound good though.
They got one.
Yeah,
I know
That's
one
what I'm
black
saying. Now
person.
they're
I have a black
tokens.
friend.
Facts.
Now they're
That's what I'm saying.
tokens. So now that's what I was about to say. Now we can start leveling that out a little bit.
But you know
where
the
it's
thing
not
with
just,
people
we
always
got
say
one.
is like it takes more to market a woman than a man, because a woman, you got to give her hair, makeup. This is what they were saying back in the day: hair, makeup, all this other stuff, and.
I think that's a cop out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what they.
I mean,
I'm not
even
even
a
talking
touring
about.
argument. Yeah, you can cram a bunch of dudes in one room and the woman needs her own space. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you spending a bunch of money on other stuff. You just have to prioritize.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said it right. RMG has a female singer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. So.
So yeah, so I mean, it's getting better, and a lot of these signings are recent. It's not like it's been like that. So
except for Humblebees, because
Jackie, still the best to me, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting better. But I don't want it to be like, oh, we got one.
Exactly.
It should be could be even. It could be
Angie.
more women.
Forgot about Angie Rose.
But she's not signed to
I was gonna say, she's-
inner CHS label.
She's crossed over.
So it's interesting. They're doing great though. Like I literally feel like overall everybody's caught up, but I think in the female hip hop lane, there's no difference to me. It's right there.
Yeah.
Good job, guys, ladies.
Yay, MCs. Thanks for making us look good.
All right, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Hopefully we distracted you from the Rona for a little while. But stay safe, everybody. Be wise. Don't fear. Don't have any fear. We will try and figure out what we're going to do. Just keep praying, because if it gets worse, we'll have to adjust. So we'll be coming up with a backup plan for the show. So we'll try to keep it going regardless. So hopefully we're a blessed distraction. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. You're in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Yeah. One day. Hey. Hey, yeah, I get it poppin', you know that it's lit. Just getting started, they know when to quit. I get to talking, they notice the flow. Keep it real holy, I got 'em like, whoa. Spirit is on me, you know it's no cap. My God, he got me, you know that's a fact. I'm about that action, I do this with passion. I got 'em like, whoa, who is she? Huh? Whoa. Who you know been like this? I've been chillin', y'all forgot that I can spit like this. Every record know I'm making hits like this. Keep it honest, you know, homie, 116 that click. Huh? Who you know the flow like this? But they always got the load up in the mix, no biz. Rapping, don't forget about the gold, don't miss. I ain't doing this to me, it's about the souls, that's it. Yeah, I keep it real, Harley been rapping since Stony at lunch, she was hitting them flows. Ay, your girl about her business, I got bills to pay, so go stack up your bands for a show. Ay, remember them people that told me that I would be nothing, no boy, is you wrong? Ay, they sing my song, that L turned to B, what it twists like it's Louis Vuitton. Ay, I'm not the same, nobody can say they put me on. Yeah. It's only God that keeping me through this marathon. I run the race, till later I'm passing the baton. This world is not my home, I got a better lawn. But grass is greener cause I got my living water on. I got the bars, but I said I'm free up in the song. The world on me, you would think that this is sing-along. Time to drop the hood, run it up, put my team on. I get it poppin', you know that it's lit. Just getting started, they know when to quit. I get to talking, they notice the flow. Keep it real holy, I got 'em like, whoa. Spirit is on me, you know it's no cap. My God, he got me, you know that's a fact. I'm about that action, I do this with passion. I got 'em like, whoa, who is she? Huh? Whoa, funny how it goes. I got all these people now, they coming to my shows. And I'm really living what I'm saying, man, it shows. If you bout that faking, then you gonna get exposed. Got the devil pressed like a quote, get some rest. I ain't come to play, yo, I'm stepping on they necks. I ain't not impressed by the money, that's a flex. Live low key, homie, cause your girl invest. Now it's the real mistake on the track, not a fake one. They ain't wanna give a spot, so I made one. Now I'm headed to the top, call it N1. When I ball, pass it all to my day ones. Shout goes out to my guy, he my main one. Only guys that I mess with the saved ones. Ones that walk with the Lord, not the lame ones. Step it up on my court, I don't play, ayy. I get it poppin', you know that it's lit. Just getting started, they know when to quit. I get to talking, they notice the flow. Keep it real holy, I got 'em like, whoa. Spirit is on me, you know it's no cap. My God, he got me, you know that's a fact. I'm about that action, I do this with passion. I got 'em like, whoa, who is she? Huh? Whoa. Yeah. Ay. I got that flow. Yeah. Ay. I got that. Yeah.
The new age, in the new age. I'm in the field with Trackstarz right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully you guys are listening. If you're not, you're losing.
All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out, guys.